temperatures are 44, 41, 7, 26, 16, 6. Thanks for playing the Pennsylvania Lottery. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Welcome to Philadelphia Live, you guys. This is such an exciting night of news. I hope you are ready. So you have probably been watching us on TikTok. A lot of you for sure have. We have a large audience joining us right now, where in just a little while, Artemis 2 is expected to make their official splashdown off the coast of San Diego. So we lose the shot every now and again because remember that signal on the aircraft is not that strong, but sometimes you will be able to see live inside what I guess you can call the cockpit. But then we're also seeing from the ground in San Diego where they're actually supposed to land. So those 4 brave astronauts who spent the last 10 days flying around space trying to get a better sense of what it would be like if we humans were actually, on the moon. This is something that we haven't done since 1972, and of course with this particular mission we didn't land on the moon itself. See, as I mentioned, that shot comes in and out. We just got it back. It's pretty cool. You see they're suited and booted. They've got their orange jumpsuits on because they are ready to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. So again, this is something we haven't done since 1972. We didn't land on the moon this time around. We just got a good view from around it, collected some data, and we're hoping to hear from those astronauts soon about the kinds of things they got to learn while they were riding around there, getting the latest for us. Now, it's also a beautiful day here in the city of Philadelphia, and that's where I'm streaming live for you guys from. I'm Judea Murray. Welcome to this live stream chat. I'm really happy to meet you. In case this is your first time, I just want to go over some of the ground rules of how this thing works. So we've got live chats, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. If you have a question for one of our reporters, you have a question for me, you want me to touch base on a story that maybe I just haven't touched yet, all you have to do is hit us up in our live chat. We read your comments. Sometimes we're able to read them live on air. And I also like to do welcomes. So let me know where you're streaming from, whether you are in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, some other state here in the US, or maybe you're watching from another country altogether. Let me know. And again, I would love to be able to talk to you guys about what's happening around town, no matter where it is you're joining us from. All right. First, base first. I want to play you this video. It has some sound on it. There was a parking garage here in Philadelphia that partially came crashing down, and it was a horrifying incident. An actual doorbell camera actually picked it up. Let's see if we can listen into it. Okay, so you heard it crashing. You see that this was very close to a playground. That whole area has been blocked off. They don't want anybody coming through. We learned that one person for sure, unfortunately, lost their lives in that collision, that collapse, if you will. We learned that 2 people that were missing have now been presumed to be dead. So we're learning a lot more about that. I also want to play you some video that our chopper captured because we're also hearing that they're gonna demolish this thing. I want to check base with one of our reporters who's been kind of on watch, getting more information, trying to get us the latest. Jill is live on the grounds. Jill, I heard that they want to demolish it. I still see it standing up behind you. Any timetable on that?
Yeah, really, there's no timetable right now, but I'll tell you what I know so far. So just behind me is Gray's Ferry Avenue and 30th Street, and there's that parking garage that was under construction, partially collapsed. This all happened Wednesday just after 2 p.m. Like you said, Judea, one person died, announced the day of. 2 others, they remain missing and are presumed deceased. That's according to city officials. And like you said, all 3 men, members of Philadelphia's Iron Workers Union Local 401, The lawyer for 401 says no future statements until the remaining two are found, including their names. Today was supposed to be that controlled demolition. We have not heard an updated timeline yet. You see that one crane is moving, but we really have not seen. They're supposed to have a crane with a wrecking ball. Have not seen that wrecking ball on top of the crane yet. So who knows if this will happen today. I've been in touch with a mayor spokesperson, and she told me she would let me know when there are updates. We've been looking at the city's website that has been giving real-time updates when they can. That website has not been updated since this afternoon, but of course, if we do learn anything new, any new development, you will be the first to know. The structure, this is according to Fire Commissioner Jeffrey Thompson at a past event. He said structure was too unstable for further rescue attempts, so engineers determined a controlled demolition using a wrecking ball approach would be the best way to go. They say that to take the structure down and to recover the two remaining, they want to do that safely and with dignity. They say that takes time, so timeline for a demolition, like I said, is fluid. There's supposed to be a second crane with a wrecking ball as well. Have not seen that in action. When that demolition is complete, then we'll start to see the removal of debris and search and recovery for the pair still unaccounted for. The investigation into the collapse still ongoing. That involves federal, state, and local agencies. Officials have not released the names. Mayor Parker and the team, they have been in touch with those families, though, but we don't know the names of those families right now or the exact cause of the collapse. That's also to be determined. OSHA, that investigation is ongoing. Philadelphia Health Department, the city website says that they've been on site monitoring air quality. And as you can imagine, when that demolition happens, they'll be there for that as well. The last official press conference was Thursday night. We haven't heard about a press conference to happen today, so we'll see if that does happen. Just for any motorists or people that are walking, Grays Ferry Avenue is closed from 34th Street to 28th Street. Intersections are blocked along that stretch. 28th Street open to traffic. Northbound and southbound 34th Street open to traffic. And I do want to share this evening, we did get a statement from Iron Workers International. So it's not our local iron workers, but the international part says, quote, "It is with great sorrow that we confirm the loss of 3 members due to injuries sustained in the Grays Ferry project in South Philadelphia. Our hearts and prayers are with their families and loved ones during this unimaginable time. We're working closely with Local 401 to ensure that every available resource and support is accessible to those affected." So we are hearing from the international iron workers, but we probably won't hear from the lawyer of the Local 401 for quite some time. So this is a developing story. We don't know if this demolition will actually happen today. Maybe they'll turn the lights on, not sure. But we'll keep you in the loop, Judea. We'll keep the viewers in the loop, but it's all to be determined.
Jill, we got actually quite a few questions while we were going over some of the details here. I want to answer some of them, but I encourage you to jump in over me if you have anything that you want to add. Joseph wanted to double check. He said, "I thought they were demolishing this thing, not that someone died." So let's be clear here. There was active construction going on to this garage, and then we heard that part of it came down, the stairwell part of it came down, and that the workers who were, actively working on it, some of them hadn't made it out of there. So that's what we're talking about here. Now, the demolishing part is because city officials believe that that'll help them get a better access angle in there, and then maybe they can help bring out those bodies and give some closure to the families. Have I hit the nail on the head?
To those families, yeah. Yeah, okay. No, you're spot on. And that controlled demolition, the city's website, I just looked at it moments ago before going live with you. It said it was supposed to happen sometime this afternoon. So even then it was fluid. But as you can tell, the sun is starting to set and it's still behind me. So to be determined. But the families, they want to give them that closure, and they think this is the best way to maybe then look through the rubble after the fact and try to get some closure.
Okay. Thank you for helping me break this all down. As you can tell, there are so many eyes on this story. A lot of people wanting to know what really took place here. Why did part of it come down? And these are still answers that we're waiting to answer.
For sure.
All right, let's bring it back here in studio, you guys. And I just caught myself. I meant to say there are a lot of questions that we still have to answer. But do want to remind you, we are also keeping our eyes on the Artemis 2 mission. Orion is supposed to be making its way back to Earth. And somebody asked, when is that happening? We thought about 8:07. You see the countdown actually on your screen right there. They're saying 57 minutes, about 27, 26, 25 seconds. We are watching this thing, those 4 brave astronauts. You got this camera on the inside of the cockpit. We are seeing them, getting ready to come back to Earth. I can tell you the way they started their day was pretty interesting. I heard they were listening to the Zac Brown Band. And then probably about an hour and a half before everything kicked off, when NASA began their real in-depth live coverage of this event, I saw a fist bump between Vince, he's the pilot, and Reed Weissman. So obviously they are very excited, very pumped to make their way back. You're hearing them talk and everything in between.
Briefly for another report from the USS John P. Murtha and Megan Cruz. Megan?
All right, so as we're getting closer and closer, literally under an hour right now. I don't know how excited you are. I sure am. I saw we have somebody watching us from the Philippines, and then we also had somebody from the Netherlands. So welcome, you guys. Excited to see how even international support is coming in for this history in the making. All right, with that being said, I want to get on out to Houston, Texas, where honestly this all really began. That is where Artemis 2 launched, and we got to see, I'm sorry, actually that was Florida. Florida is where it launched, but Houston, Texas is where NASA has been watching this whole thing closely. And so I want to get on out to Chelsea Torres, who's reporting live for us from Fox News. Chelsea, you have been on this thing really since everything kicked off. You've been seeing the progress, everything that they've been learning. Where are we at today?
Hey there, Judea. Well, at this point, we've been seeing this on the live feed. The astronauts, they're now in their launch re-entry suits, those orange and blue suits. They said that they've done all of their checks on their checklist. They've done the leaks checks. Really, they've done everything. Even their toilet has been powered off for hours now. So now they shouldn't have any plumbing problems at this rate. But really, it comes down to these final moments, as in this home stretch. This is exactly what NASA officials have been saying. All of the testing and demonstration that they've done this entire past 9 days really comes down to this re-entry trajectory. And I'll tell you, NASA officials do say that there will be only 13 minutes between the time that Orion hits the Earth's atmosphere to when it splashes down in the Pacific. 6 of those minutes, Judea, will be a communication blackout. And the crew says that they will be flying in at the speed of just about 40 times the speed of sound.
The G profile will actually be very similar to what it is on launch. We'll get up into the 3 Gs, just over 3 Gs on the way down for a normal entry. But if it was a ballistic, we could get up to as high as 9, 10 Gs, which is what you pull in a fighter jet. But we could be doing that for several minutes, for 8 or 9 minutes. And so the G profile is going to be pretty sporty.
Artemis pilot Victor Glover says the heat shield and eventually the parachutes on the Orion will help slow the capsule down to around 20 miles an hour as it splashes down. Here at Johnson Space Center, all eyes will be on Orion's heat shield, the capsule's thermal protection system, as temperatures could reach up to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. During the unmanned Artemis 1 mission, the shield had some charring. So before Artemis 2 actually launched, engineers made sure it could withstand speed and pressure coming into Earth's atmosphere.
Testing, a lot of verification. We're fully behind NASA's decision to go fly this heat shield. Did a ton of work to make sure we're comfortable with that from an overall perspective, the engineering, the testing to simulate, and we're doing a different trajectory coming home that'll be a little bit less taxing on the heat shield than we did before.
Now, Judea, the family and friends of the crew are going to be here at Johnson Space Center in Mission Control to really watch and count down as these final moments come for this historic splashdown. And when you were looking at that live feed, if anybody's looking at it and you see that point of view of the pilots in that Orion capsule, just know that when they're actually coming into Earth's orbit during this trajectory, they will have a view of the horizon itself. So that just kind of gives you an idea of what they will see. But yeah, at this point, I mean, really, they're going through their checklist. Everything does seem seem to look good. Even Mission Control has said that everything on their end has been looking good, and both sides, really throughout this entire time, with the exception of some of those toilet issues, they say that they're confident that this will be a safe splashdown. Judea?
It's so funny to me that the toilets are what we remember from all the cool stuff that we've been doing here. But you know, that's the kind of stuff that makes it clickbaity. Okay, so Chelsea, a couple of things that I want to break down with you. First and foremost, somebody was asking when splashdown. Can we give them the time one more time? I think it's around 8:07.
8:07, yes, Eastern time. We're about 52 minutes away. It's going to be further off the coast of California, really off the coast of San Diego, so you won't necessarily be able to see it if you're out there off the coast of California, but they're expected to be a supersonic boom, and that should happen within about 10 minutes after they actually enter into Earth's orbit. So just a handful of minutes before they actually splash down is where you should hear it. So if you were to be on the coast, and if you do happen to hear this sonic boom, then you could know, okay, just a couple minutes from now, maybe 2 to 3, 4 minutes, they should be splashing down in the Pacific.
Okay, all these words that we're hearing, these terms that we're using, like sonic boom is a thing that I think I heard as a kid playing like Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's real life. This is what you would actually be experiencing if you were in the area, which is super duper cool. Actually, if anybody is streaming with us from California, please let us know, because that would be super cool to know. Chelsea, I want to go over a couple of the other facts that we are learning. So after they splash down, it's not going to be immediate, okay, we're sticking microphones in their face now. There are some things that they have to undergo. Can you talk to us about some of that stuff?
Sure, yeah, so there's going to be Navy divers and other personnel that are going to be right there. Make sure that the capsule actually is safe enough itself. There's no toxic fumes or anything kind of going off, so that way the hatch of the capsule can actually be released down. Then that's when the crew will start to come out. We're told that Christina will be coming out first. There's already going to be medical personnel there, so they're going to give them a quick evaluation, make sure they're good to get them into helicopters. There's going to be 2 helicopters taking the crew over to the USS Mirtha, and then from there, that's where they'll get a full medical evaluation. Now, mind you, there's also going to be a couple of Seahawks that have some photographers and some video that's also going to be showing this entire thing happening. But what we're not sure that we'll actually visually see, we're not sure if we'll see the crew actually come out of the capsule itself. Really, that's just kind of a moment to wait to see if we'll get to see that, but it's kind of looking like we may not actually really fully see that. We should see the entire recovery. Once they're on the USS Mirtha, getting those evaluation checks, hopefully they're healthy enough to be walking around and to be moving. Mind you, they've been in space for 9-10 days now. And so working on their muscles and doing all of that kind of weighs on you, even though they have had exercises and been working out on a daily basis. They've had certain times to do workouts, but for the most part, they just want to make sure that they're healthy and ready to go. I think the big question a lot of us have here is how fast will they actually get back here to Houston? Mind you, their friends and family are here. And so I think originally was also thinking, like a lot of other people, that they would be there in San Diego and greet them as the crew would maybe be on the USS Mirtha or get to shore in San Diego, but that's not the case. So their family and friends are here. I'm now, the big question I have, and I'm trying to find out exactly how soon will the crew come back here to Houston, and then of course, you know, we'll kind of move on and see what's next from there.
Okay. And I'm actually going to take that question that you have, because I'm talking to Sarah Allegre next, who's live for us, I think, in San Diego. And so maybe she might have some insight. If she does, I'll let you know. But this is so cool that we're able to have coverage from so many different parts of the U.S. and we're all just coming together in this moment where, again, we made history. We made history, guys. We can say it. It's kind of cool. Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Yep.
We did do that. We did that. All right. Thank you, Chelsea. I'll touch base with you a little later. Again, she was reporting live for us in Houston, Texas. Now, from Houston to San Diego, where Artemis 2's mission is supposed to come to an end, where those astronauts are supposed to splash down, where we're supposed to see them emerge from that capsule and hopefully soon learn more information about deep space and what it could mean for us humans to be out there, to work out there. That's all coming coming soon. You see all those cameramen getting ready to see this all happen. We're looking at the Pacific. We're also looking on the inside of Orion. This is a very exciting time to be alive, you guys, and I'm so happy that you are with me streaming now on Philadelphia Live. Now, don't worry about the technical difficulties. We have so many cameras in the area. We'll be able to get you a look no matter where it is. So again, don't worry. We're gonna make sure you get to see this thing happen. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, remember, we're talking to Sarah Allegre live from San Diego. We'll be right back.
Warm up, hot fire.
Philadelphia Live, you guys. There's so much that we have to talk about today, and as you see, we are going to keep you updated on the Artemis 2 mission coming back to Earth at around 8:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are expected to watch that happen live before our very eyes, so don't go anywhere. Philadelphia Live is going to have it all. We are also going to have some conversations with some reporters who are sprinkled out all around the United States, give them a better look into, or better insight into what this mission really meant, and then what a splashdown is, what it'll entail, and what we are going to see in literally less than an hour now. I'm looking at the time now, it's 7:22. So I want to address some of the questions that we have been getting in our live stream chat. Some of these questions I will be posing, by the way, to our reporter who's coming up next. So if you guys have something else that you want to ask or add in, please hit me up in the live stream chat where you're watching, and you are able to, again, add something that I might read live on camera for you guys. So one question, and I actually got this from our last reporter, Chelsea Torres. She wondered how soon would the astronauts make their way to Houston, Texas. So as we know, they're going to be landing in over the Pacific, right off the coast of San Diego. From there, they've got to undergo some medical observations. They're going to do a couple of different talks with the internal team, and then at some point they'll be making their way back to Texas to greet their family, friends, their loved ones. But when will that happen? We'll see if we've got an answer on that from Sarah Allegre. She's joining us from Fox News. Another question that we have in the TikTok live stream chat, Julia wanted to know, will the ship stay in the ocean? Now, I know we have an answer to that one, so I can't wait to ask it. Ooh. Hey, we got a good one here. Would you go to the moon if you had a chance? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Me? No, I wouldn't do it. But that's because I'm afraid of heights. But it would be pretty cool just to see the view from up there. And then someone asked if I would give them a shout out. I sure will. George Moody, thank you for joining us. And then we've got another, what will the speed be when they enter the atmosphere? I'll write that one down. Let's see. will you guys show the splashdown on here? Yes, we will show that live. All right, let's get on over to one of our reporters just to see where things are going. She's live for us in San Diego, California, where that splashdown is expected to happen in less than an hour at this point. Sarah Allegre, welcome to Philadelphia Live. We got a couple of questions for you, but first and foremost, I want to ask you, what have you been learning out there today? What's the latest?
Hey there, just really excited for this moment. We got sunny skies, we have good weather for a successful splashdown, and I think we're all going to catch our breath in around 40 minutes from right now, a little bit less than then, once those parachutes deploy, bringing those astronauts down to Earth safe and sound. We're going to see that speed decrease by a lot, from thousands to just around 17 miles an hour. We talked to NASA experts kind of going over how it all works, when these parachutes will deploy and how so. They say this is a tried and true method. They have been going over the safety precautions for years now and just ready to see this all play out successfully.
The system is very safe, although it is a very chaotic and difficult to predict system. We have margin designed in, and we have experience through our test programs to have confidence that the deployment of the parachutes will be successful.
Yeah, and I'm just hoping to hear that sonic boom, and I know a lot of people along the coastline are hoping for that as well. We're all going to look to the skies. Orion enters the atmosphere just under 24,000 miles an hour. It's going to create that extreme heat and pressure. That's the recipe for a sonic boom. Now, when it comes to actually seeing this, NASA says that's less likely. I mean, they're about 50 to 80 miles out of the coast, so pretty far for us. They could possibly catch a glimpse of the ship when it makes its way back, and that won't be until the next day. Within about 2 hours after splashdown, we'll see recovery teams reach the capsule, helicopters too. That's what's actually going to bring the astronauts back to the USS Mirtha. And so for many San Diegans here, this is such a huge military town. There's just this strong sense of pride watching this all unfold here up the San Diego coast.
Well, I'm absolutely proud to be a San Diegan. I mean, this just means so much. This is really, to me, it's the epicenter of the Navy and everything it stands for. It's just absolutely is a great example, exemplifies who they are as a force within our country. They are doing so many great things, not only here, not only for our community, but for our country and around the world. We're absolutely thrilled, and everybody just shows so much pride and love in this community for what is going on. I just couldn't be happier.
Yeah, and just under 40 minutes away, we've been looking at the video from NASA. We saw those 4 helos on the USS Mirtha getting ready to go. We're going to have 2 surveillance ones, 2 other ones that are actually going to rescue the 4 astronauts, 2 for each helicopter, and bring them back to that ship safely. So just keeping our eyes to the clock and to the sky as we are witnessing this historic completion of a historic mission.
Sarah, this is so cool, especially getting to hear from that, what did he call himself, a San Diegan, who said that he was so proud. I just want to let you know, we have so many people from all across, not just the country, but the world watching this stream right now. So there's a lot of pride coming in from everywhere. And we also have a lot of questions for you. Feel free to say if you don't know, it's okay, but the chat, they were super duper curious about your assignment today. So one, do you know how soon we could see those astronauts make their way to Houston, Texas? We know they'll land in San Diego. They've got a lot to do. But do you know if same day they'll be making their way to Texas or not?
Well, it's going to happen within a couple of hours. We're gonna see a lot unfold first and foremost. We know from re-entry down to the splashdown, that's going to be about 13 minutes. That'll happen really quick. But then there's that 2-hour window when we're doing that recovery and getting them back on board safely. So right now the timing is unclear on my end. We know that they will then be flown back to the San Diego Naval Base, brought back there once they are good to go. I mean, you got to get reoriented with Earth too. It's like this love and hate relationship with the gravity as you're trying to get used to that once again. And then from there, they'll hop on those NASA jets down over to Houston's Johnson Space Center once again to be reunited with their families, keeping a close eye on that timeline. And we'll hopefully get back to you as we learn more and watch this unfold. There's just a lot that has to go into place beforehand as we wait for that moment.
And you know, Sarah, even though it's only been about 10 days now, can you imagine just how much their family members have missed them? Because, I mean, we've seen history shows us not every space launch landing goes right. And so I'm sure they're probably, on edge, but right now it looks like we have the perfect, everything's coming together. We've got the nice weather ready for them. A lot of people excited for them to come back. So I can only imagine how the families are feeling. Someone wanted to know,
Absolutely. I do have to, I'm so sorry, I have to let you go. I have to go hit with Fox Weather right now, you guys, but have a wonderful rest of your show.
All right, sorry about that,
good.
Sarah.
We'll talk soon, guys. See you then.
Whew, guys, I could have been talking forever and ever and a day. So the last question that we had gotten was, would we get to see them come out of the capsule? Time will tell. As you can see from the countdown on the screen, we got a little over 37 minutes left before we are supposed to see the splashdown happen. We're hoping to see that part live. Remember, we have a lot of different camera angles to be able to show you. We've got this one that is on the outside of Orion. It's coming to us from NASA. We also have a camera on the grounds in San Diego where you can see the waterway. This is the Pacific Ocean, you guys, right off the coast of San Diego, where we'll be able to see that vessel come back into the Earth's atmosphere and literally splash down. So will we get to see them come out of the capsule? Again, only time will tell, but you don't go anywhere because around 8:07 is when this is all supposed to go down. And don't worry, we'll also be listening in to NASA just to get a better gist of where we are at, how close we are. So we've got a lot more information coming your way. You guys, we'll take a quick break.
Integrity Houston, for the 2 enabled prop cautions.
Welcome back to Philadelphia Live, you guys. Again, we have an exciting night ahead of us. So at around 8:07, we are expecting to see that splashdown from the Artemis 2 mission. Orion is supposed to be making its way back into the Earth's atmosphere. And those 4 astronauts who spent the last 10 days flying out there in space, making their way to and around the moon, making now their way back to the Earth to share their findings with us. It's all going to go down at 8:07, so don't go anywhere. But I also want to, keep you guys in touch and in tune with what's happening in the skies right here in Pennsylvania. So I'm going to turn things over to our meteorologist, Drew Anderson. Drew, I see you out and about. Tell me a little bit about what's happening out there.
I'll tell you what, it was such a beautiful sunset. So right now, I'm in the Center City area. I'm at, right here, at 11th and Walnut Street. Walnut's right behind me. 11th is right over there. I want to show you straight ahead as we look down Walnut. And check this out. I got to see the sun between buildings, right by that guy with the hat on from OU. Boy, it was fantastic. So I went for a stroll, and I got to tell you, I got the winter coat on a little bit right here. I was a little chilly today. It was nice in the sun around, say, 3, 4 this afternoon, but it is a little cool right now. Yeah, in fact, let's do a little fit check. Let's see what everyone's wearing. I see someone in a hoodie right there and kind of light coats. And this weekend, it's more the same. We got temperatures in the mid-60s with lots of sunshine. The winds, just a little bit there. You'll notice them kind of here and there, but still a nice day. And that's good because we have a regatta just across the Delaware River. That is at Cooper River Park, and they don't like it when it gets too windy, but a little bit of winds, they are good to go right there. And so many things happen in Philadelphia. So right in front of City Hall, they have that Made in Philadelphia Fest. And the reason I went out for a stroll, besides it was a nice night, today I got a little dinner for you. So I think we could have some dinner plans. You're talking about the splashdown. I thought we could do a little pizza and watch it. And you see why I came right here, because where are you from?
Yes, I do. New York, you know it.
Let's go in. So, I was looking for the best New York style pizza in town. I love this place. I come in here, so I just ordered us a pizza, and I want to see what makes this authentically New York. Give me the play.
What's that, about the pizza?
Yeah. What
nice,
makes it
thin, crispy, airy center on the pizza. Perfect sauce to cheese ratio. Slice needs to stand up on its own. No flop.
There you go. So you heard it, Jadane. So let me ask you this. This does not sound like a Philly accent.
No, we're from Brooklyn, New York.
Do you go up there on the weekends?
Yes.
So this is the real deal. I mean, this is authentic. I'm looking at your sauce. I'm looking at the grills right here.
Right here, 22 years.
22 years. I love the name. Tell me more about the NYPD.
Stands for New York Pizza Department.
I love that. I was thinking police department. Now I get it. Pizza department.
Yeah, that's right.
So I appreciate making us a pie for me to bring back to Judea right here. And look how cute. I mean, this feels like you're in New York City. So if you're getting a little homesick from where you grew up, you can come down to 11th Street right here, right by Walnut, and get a little New York vibe. Look at that. Manhattan right there. Isn't that funny how different cities, how we're apart, but yet we're all connected? People go from one area to the next. You heard him. He's from New York. You heard the accent as well. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring us back dinner. We can eat some pizza. We can just enjoy the splashdown. And it kind of feels good to get out of there. I don't know how these guys are going to do it this upcoming week. Did you hear the forecast? We're getting into the 90s this upcoming week. Yeah, on Wednesday and Thursday, these guys are really going to be melting in there as they make the pies. No question about it. So, hey, you heard what he said, Judea. What do you think about the pie? How's it sounding to you?
It sounds great. Okay, so honestly, he had me when he said it stands up, no flop. I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
All right, there you go.
So that was very, very real. And then I saw too, you were asking him about the name of the shop, but on his shirt, I think it said, "In Pizza We Trust." It's so cute.
I should go back and take a look. And you know what? Look, it's right there on their logo. So check this out right there. So there's, showing the logo. It says, "In Pizza We Trust." So we trust it's going to be authentic for you today. But you're going to be the judge. You're going to let us know.
I'll let you know if it's authentic or not.
I'll let them know that. Oh, I bet. So so I'm going to pay for a pizza. I'll bring it back down to us. We'll give it a little try out. And it's just a perfect night to dine outside. Oh, look, this dude doesn't even have a shirt on. He's running around. So maybe it's overkill right here with my coat on. Maybe I went too thick, but this would be good to have this weekend. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's mid-60s for highs this weekend. I was a little cool earlier. I could probably just get away with a sweater, but I'm not ready for these 90s. The hot weather starts Monday. The 80s are back on Monday. We're upper 80s Tuesday, and then 90 Wednesday and Thursdays. And I've been here in the summer because I come down here and get pizza. They don't have the AC on, so these guys are going to be hot in there this upcoming week, no question about it. But I am looking forward to the change in our weather. And it's been so nice, by the way, to see all the green in the trees. I've noticed that over the past week. We've really gotten green around Philadelphia and around our suburbs.
And speaking of the greenery, I heard, when it was a lot cooler, Kathy was telling us it might be time to bring in your plants. But from what I'm hearing, 80 degrees coming up. Does that mean we can bring them back outside, or maybe we shouldn't get so excited?
Leave them out. And even tonight they could be out because we're not dropping below freezing. But Scott Williams always says you don't plant until after Mother's Day because we could still get some cold nights. Now, I can tell you right through next weekend, we're staying way warm, way above average. I didn't look past next weekend, and we still got a couple weeks to Mother's Day. So you know what I'm saying? Might be a little too early to let your guard down here in a couple weeks. That's it.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, thank you for giving us a look at our forecast. I'm excited to see you and the pizza. And that means, you guys, we are having an official watch party when it comes time to watch the splashdown. So take this time now, go get your drinks, go get your snacks. We are all going to eat and have fun together. Drew, I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, pizza will be hot. It's on the way. I'll be back in 15 minutes. I heard it just came out of the oven, right? It just came out of the oven. It's fun. There it is. Look, it's coming out right there. Look at that right there. That's heading your way.
Being in Atlanta, I haven't seen this in so long. I'm so excited. Drew is my favorite person.
I'm ready.
Is he touching that hot pan straight out the oven? He must not.
Wait, are you touching that pan? She said, are you touching that pan out of the oven?
Am I touching the pan?
Yeah, is that a hot pan? What's under there? Hold on, let me take a look.
Cold. We like the pizza hot over here.
All right, so the pan's cold. He just put it on a brand new one. He's giving us a beauty shot, Judea. All right, look at this. But the pizza's nice and hot. I mean, you saw the pizza. He got it with this, with the pizza grabber right there, and it went right on the cold pan so they could cut it. And we're ready.
There you go. You ready?
Oh yeah, let's see a slice. Oh, look at that. That's an NY slice right there. You see that cheese pull? It's coming. Give me 15 minutes to get it back to you, all right?
Yeah, this is turning into a foodie channel. Drew, thanks.
It's what's for dinner, you know? See ya.
We're still in the thunder. All right, you guys, like I said, this is how we're getting ready for the Artemis 2 splashdown. I hope you're getting your stuff ready as well. Barbie Travels Asia says, OMG, this is making me hungry. It's 1 a.m. here. It's never too late to eat. Get your snack. Get your midnight snack. All right, somebody said, when is the splash thing happening? 8:07 Eastern Standard Time. Matter of fact, let's get you a live look from inside the control room in Houston, Texas. They are talking back and forth with the astronauts because in about 30 minutes, we are expecting to watch them make their way to San Diego, the Pacific Ocean. We are going to have that for you live right here on Philadelphia Live. Let's see if we can bring that sound up. Let them listen into what's happening here.
Waiting for the 180 rolls.
The parachute deployment sequence, once again, will come in several segments, but in rapid fire succession.
And we have a great view of the moon out window 2. Looks a little smaller than yesterday.
Guess we'll have to go back.
Reed Wiseman and Jackie Mahaffey exchanging discussion on a view of the moon that Integrity's astronauts are seeing in the final minutes of this mission that will be completed with splashdown just 25 minutes from now. 3 forward bay cover parachutes will be used to pull the forward bay cover off the top of the vehicle. Then 2 drogue parachutes will be deployed to slow and stabilize the crew module during its descent, followed by 3 pilot parachutes that will lift and deploy the main parachutes from the forward bay. The final sequence will have 3 main parachutes deployed. These will be 116 feet in diameter, each main parachute approximately 265 feet long when reefed. The parachutes will ultimately slow Integrity down from its peak speed of almost 33 times the speed of sound to a gentle 19 miles an hour at splashdown. The vehicle is now currently in a roll to the proper attitude for entry interface. Our trajectory is right on according to flight dynamics. Integrity is on a trajectory from southwest and northeast across the Pacific Ocean, descending at a rate of 15,000 feet per second. Range to touchdown 4,300 nautical miles, all the systems in excellent shape.
Integrity, Orion in the EI roll 180 attitude.
Looks good on board, Jackie.
This view out of one of Integrity's windows. We had a call for 3 good baros. Those are barometric pressure sensors that feed altitude and rate of descent information to Integrity's computers that will trigger the parachute deployment sequence. We are less than 9 minutes away from entry interface, 22 minutes from splashdown. You can see the reflection of one of the crew members in the window. Out in the Pacific, the weather conditions remain go. Just a few clouds, some scattered clouds, winds at 10 knots, wave heights just about 4 feet. A gentle day in the Pacific for the homecoming of Integrity's astronauts.
Integrity back in EI attitude.
We see the same on board, Jackie. Houston, purge is complete. Crew and vehicle are configured for entry.
Houston copies.
And we're in step 37, transferring nav state to BFS. And Houston, in instruction 509, we are not below 0.2.
Integrity, no action required.
Integrity.
Now 6 minutes away from entry interface. We will hit the first traces of Earth's atmosphere at an altitude of 400,000 feet, traveling about 34,882 feet per second. Range to splashdown at that point will be 1,701 nautical miles. And once again, just a reminder, some 24 seconds after entry interface, we do expect to lose communications with the vehicle and the crew during a 6-minute blackout period when a plasma shield will build up around the spacecraft due to the ionization, due to heating effects. And Flight Dynamics has just confirmed we will have a blackout period of exactly 6 minutes in duration. And once again, that's due to the fact that a plasma buildup around the vehicle will prevent communications and data, so we will not be able to talk to the crew members at that time, nor will we receive data here in the flight control room.
Houston, everything is looking good on board. Just confirm no pre-EI downloads.
Houston concurs.
That blackout period to begin at 6:53 and 54 seconds p.m. Central Time, and again will last about 6 minutes in duration. We're 4 minutes away from entry interface. This view from Integrity as it crosses from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean, 3 minutes from entry interface. "16.5 minutes till splashdown. The USS John P. Murtha and the recovery team is on station and in position, as are the airborne imagery assets that we hope to receive imagery from as Artemis enters the Earth's atmosphere and through parachute deployment. All of Integrity's systems are in great shape. The crew is ready to complete its mission just 15.5 minutes from now. All of the activities today have gone off in perfect fashion. No issues with the vehicle, no issues with the crew. And the weather at the splashdown site is go. Coming up on 1 minute until entry interface. Mark 1 minute until entry interface. 1 minute, 20 seconds until the expected start of our 6-minute blackout.
Integrity, 1 minute to a 6-minute blackout.
Integrity.
Ten seconds till entry interface. And we have crossed the threshold, now entering the Earth's atmosphere. We're at 400,000 feet, traveling 34,800 feet per second. Time to splashdown, 13 minutes, 10 seconds. And as predicted, we've entered our communications blackout. This will be a 6-minute blackout period. No voice, no data from the crew. We're 30 seconds away from the anticipated point of peak heating on the vehicle, where temperatures will rise to about 4,000 to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the true test of our trajectory. And from the G5 aircraft in the vicinity of the splashdown zone, this view of integrity. So that pinpoint of light shows the vehicle as it enters the period of peak heating in the Earth's atmosphere, the first tug of gravity being felt by Integrity's astronauts since their launch back on April 1st. Four and a half minutes until the end of the blackout period. Time to splashdown, 11 minutes, 33 seconds. The landing and support officer reports that the P3 has acquisition on Integrity. Three and a half minutes left in this blackout period. This is a visualization of the plasma buildup around the spacecraft and the repelling of that heat on Integrity's heat shield. Flight Dynamics reports that airborne assets in the vicinity of the splashdown zone do have a visual on Integrity. Still 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in our blackout period. Time to splashdown, 9 minutes, 35 seconds. Multiple airborne assets as part of the recovery team all have visuals on Integrity. And the WB-57 flying in the splashdown zone also has a visual. And the Navy helos also have visuals. We're still in the blackout period. Still do not have communications from the crew. We're standing by for communications from the crew. We should be out of the blackout period less than a minute from now. We are now processing data from Integrity. Landing and support officer reports the small boats are en route to the splashdown target zone. Passing through 150,000 feet, our trajectory is perfect. We're getting intermittent views of Integrity. Still waiting to establish voice communication.
Integrity, Houston, comm check, post-blackout.
Houston, Integrity, we have you loud and clear.
Your trajectory is nominal, and your recovery teams have visual.
Guidance looks good.
No action for the enabled internal camera controller fail.
Big cheers from the viewing room here in Mission Control as voice communication reestablished with Commander Reed Wiseman. For America and a waiting world, Integrity is 5.5 minutes away from coming home. Passing 100,000 feet now. Range to splashdown 19 nautical miles.
Integrity, impact to the camera controller fail is no cab 1 views of the chutes.
Integrity.
We're processing good data through the GPS system. A good view of Integrity, time to splashdown 4.5 minutes. And a view of Integrity from the WB-57. We're at 50,000 feet. The pyros are armed for forward bay cover jettison. And there go the first series of parachutes, and we're on drogues.
And Houston, we're visual 2 drogues out the window.
2 good drogue chutes. Next up.
We copy, we see them.
Next up, the deployment of pilot parachutes that will pull the main chutes out. Time to splash down 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Perfect descent rate according to flight dynamics.
Good rates on 2 drogues.
We see the same on board.
Passing through 10,000 feet, still on drogues. Main chute deploy. We're at 5,000 feet. Search and recovery beacon has been activated on integrity. And we have 3 good main chutes. Good 3 main chutes, good reefing, good descent rate.
Good rates, and we see 3 good-looking parachutes. Integrity. Cabin pressure indicates no need for hydrazine checks.
Integrity copies.
This is a perfect descent for Integrity. Its crew sounding hale and hearty on board. Time to splashdown 1 minute, 15 seconds. Integrity about to complete a journey spanning 694,481 miles from its launch from the Kennedy Space Center back on April 1st, and a trip around the moon. Passing through 1,000 feet.
Houston Integrity, splashdown, sending post-landing command now.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown, waiting on VLDR.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. From the pages of Jules Verne to a modern-day mission to the moon, a new chapter of the exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete. Integrity's astronauts back on Earth. And the landing and support officer reports the vehicle is stable 1. We still will be deploying the crew module uprighting system to maintain that orientation. A perfect bullseye splashdown for Integrity and its 4 astronauts. The unofficial splashdown time, 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m. Central Time. We'll get that refined for you. That would put the end of the mission at a mission elapsed time of 9 days, 1 hour, 31 minutes, 35 seconds. And we're configuring for very low data rate. Once again, splashdown occurring in the Pacific, southwest of San Diego at 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m.
Integrity Houston, comm check on VLDR.
Houston, we have you loud and clear on VLDR. How us?
We have you the same. We'll meet you over in post landing.
Perfect communications established.
What a journey. We are stable 1, 4 green crew members.
Houston copies all.
Reed Wiseman reporting 4 green crew members. That is not their complexion. That is the fact that they're in great condition. That's what that means. So stable 1, upright. The crew module uprighting system is being deployed. The 5 airbags being inflated through helium to maintain the upright configuration for the vehicle. This was a textbook entry and a textbook touchdown for Integrity. Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen back on Earth after a journey around the moon. We continue to monitor the functioning of the CMOOS system. The airbags are being inflated to maintain a stable 1 or upright configuration. And there's a good view from one of the naval helicopters hovering overhead. Reed Wiseman reporting 4 green crew members, meaning they're all in excellent shape.
Integrity Houston for SAR beacon and radio.
SAR beacon is in 406, and we're powering the radio now. Go ahead.
We see the beacon on. However, the recovery team is not seeing the signal. Your SAR radio uses the same antenna, so you may run into trouble with the radio.
Okay, copy. And we are also powering up the sat phone now.
So Integrity is in great shape, and as the crew continues its post-splashdown timelined activities on board, Reed Wiseman once again reporting that all 4 crew members are in excellent shape. And we have 5 inflated airbags to maintain an upright configuration so that the recovery team can now begin a slow approach to the vehicle. Meanwhile, here in the flight control room, Entry Flight Director Rick Henfling is polling his team of flight controllers for the start of powering down the vehicle after a thorough systems check. We have no toxic gases to be concerned about, so the recovery personnel can approach the vehicle, but not until we have powered down the spacecraft. That's expected to take a few more minutes. Integrity back on Earth following its historic flyby of the moon. It was, for all intents and purposes, a textbook mission.
On 2828, but I'll remain on this frequency.
We copy.
Reed Wiseman indicating some trouble with the SARSAT phone on board, but that's not an issue. What is more important is that the vehicle is solid. No issues as we begin the power down of the vehicle to begin the recovery process. The propulsion officer here in Mission Control reports that we have safed the prop system on Integrity.
Can you say again, that was very weak and broken?
Integrity, Houston did not call.
Copy that, Houston. It might have been on the SAR radio. Stand by.
All of the milestones were executed in perfect fashion. Integrity entering the Earth's atmosphere right on time, reaching its peak speed shortly after a blackout period began. We emerged from the blackout period, but the recovery imagery airborne assets were able to pick up Integrity's descent almost immediately through entry interface, tracking the vehicle all the way down. And finally, you saw the sequence of chute deployments. First, the forward bay cover being pulled off the top of the vehicle by a series of 3 parachutes. Then the drogue chutes were deployed, followed by the 3 main chutes that slowed the splashdown velocity of Integrity to just 19 miles an hour.